Imran Khan mentioned Asim Munir and how he's responsible for this, and he's really upset at Asim Munir.
He said, if they do something to me, he's the one responsible. I said, they won't. They won't dare do anything to you.
What did you guys discuss, and how is his condition?
He started by saying that they have tortured me. First time I saw him so disturbed.
Why are they getting stricter? Is it becoming more of a threat to them?
He's standing up for the rights of the people. So whichever one you want to give up, because he's never asked for himself.
If they decide to do something to him, can you elaborate on this?
Our other sister, Noreen Niazi, the policewomen dragged her from her arms and her hair. How do democracies justify their own stance when they do it selectively? What they are fearing is not Imran Khan. What they are fearing is people asking for their rights.
I interviewed Prime Minister Imran Khan in early 2023. Months later, he was in jail, the former leader of a country jailed. And the charges, if you go through them, they're ridiculous. Now it's been over 2 years he's in jail, and it's only getting worse. He's not allowed to see his family. He's in solitary confinement. And he's describing in this latest statement, he said he's being caged like an animal. And he's going through mental torture, the worst form of psychological torture. His sisters continue to fight for his freedom, but they are being targeted as well. Their son's jailed. One of his sisters physically abused. His supporters are being jailed. Imran Khan's name is banned from TV in Pakistan. And today the military establishment put out a statement directly threatening Imran Khan. They said the following, they said, "Who are you? What message do you want to give? Who do you think you are?" to the former leader of a country, of a democracy, of over 200 million citizens. They said they'll also come out and fight bare-knuckled. Again, that's the military establishment of a supposed democracy. There's also deepfake videos floating around of Imran Khan's sisters making various statements as they try to taint the image of the Prime Minister and his sisters. Yet the Prime Minister's support and his political party's support in Pakistan is sky high. A support that most political parties around the world never get to see. So today I'll sit down with two of his sisters, Alima Khan and Dr. Uzma Khan, who saw him just a few days ago, which will probably be the last time a family member sees the Prime Minister for a very long time, based on the military's latest statement. We talk about the Prime Minister's situation in jail, the statements by the military establishment, and what would happen next. I've interviewed multiple family members of the Prime Minister, including his sons, and I will continue doing so. I also would like to again extend an invitation to the Army Chief, Asim Munir, as well as the current sitting Prime Minister, to hear their side of their story. Why is Prime Minister Imran Khan in jail? What is their plan for Pakistan? I've been covering the situation in Pakistan for over 2 years, and I'm still hopeful that some sort of middle ground is reached by both sides, the military establishment and the largest political party with their leader in jail. I hope you enjoy this interview with Alima Khan and Dr. Uzma Khan. Well, it's like every time, Alima, every time we speak, to be honest, things seem to get worse and worse. And today is no different. The last few days have been a roller coaster for you and your family, and for the Prime Minister and all his followers. Dr. Uzma, you visited the Prime Minister a few days ago. So maybe we can start by you telling us and everyone listening, what was that meeting like? What did you guys discuss, and how is his condition?
A day before yesterday, on Tuesday, I met him after about 4 weeks. And then also, last time I was sent in on 4th November, and then it was only me. And rest of us, they haven't met him for 7 weeks.
Since
16th October. So, and these meetings, you should know, these meetings, they are just hardly 20 minutes, and we don't have a watch, but around 20-25 minutes. And they are so short. And before they finish, the policemen around us, they keep telling us, please get up, please get up. So the last few minutes is like we are in a rush to get the last words out of him. So this time when I went, I mean, as compared to last time, because before we used to go maybe meet him after 2 weeks or 1 week, but this time after 4 weeks, there was it was a change. He was very angry and very disturbed. And he started by saying that they have tortured me, they have kept me in isolation. I hardly, I mean, there's no space to go out. There's just out of his cell, there's apparently, we haven't seen it, but what he says is that when you go out, there's not just a little space where he can just walk. Just how many? It must be
50 or
50
60 feet.
So that only when they let him out of the cell. And for 4 weeks, he said total isolation, nobody to meet him. And what he tells us is that there are about 6 cameras around his cell to ensure that no policeman, none of the police man is able to talk to him. That is also checked. So to ensure that he is totally isolated with no information. The first thing I asked him, do you know what is going outside? What has been going outside the jail? Because we have been there going every week, and we have been sitting there, and there have been a lot of excitement outside. He said, no, I have no idea what is going on. And he was very angry, and he said, and he started by saying that just make sure you tell everybody that Asim Munir is responsible for whatever is happening to me, and if anything happens to me, and Bushra, and if anything happens to me, just make sure that he is the one responsible. And I mean, I felt, it was not normally when we met him regularly, he always comes smiling, and he just ensures that everybody, maybe it's for us he's telling us that, everything is all right, don't worry. But this is the first time I saw him so disturbed.
So, and I agree with that last point you made, because he's usually the one, and when we speak with me and Alima, when I spoke to his sons, he's always the person that's assuring you, his family, that everything's okay. Why do you think this time he's not smiling? He's angry, as you said earlier. What changed this time around? What got him angry, in your opinion?
Normally every time when he comes, he's always smiling. He gives us a big smile, and he's as if he's coming out of his own bedroom. But this time he told me, he said, he's telling me that, this mental torture is worse than this mental torture from solitary confinement is more, it's worse than the physical torture. And he kept repeating it. And he specifically asked me to go out and tell everybody that this person is responsible and if anything happens to me, he is responsible. And then quickly, afterwards I gave him a quick brief. There's not enough time. Actually, the time is so short. I gave him a quick brief of what happened in the last 4 weeks. And he gave me instructions of what to tell his people, what to tell his party, what to tell his followers outside. And I was also disturbed after that, because I've never seen him so angry and so upset before.
Me and Alima have spoken about why they are doing this, why they're putting him in solitary confinement, why they are slowly reducing his family being able to see him. And what we concluded, same when I spoke to his sons, is that they're trying to break him. And based on what you're telling me right now, I wouldn't say they're breaking him, but it's starting to have a toll on him, taking a toll on his mental state. And we also have an update now, and we're going to talk about it in a bit, that they're going to completely block his family from seeing him. Miss Salima can't see him already because she was always getting his message out to the world, and she was targeted legally. And now you've also been banned from seeing Imran Khan again because you're also passing his message to the world. Why are they doing that? Why are they getting stricter? Is it becoming more of a threat to them?
He himself told me this time. He himself said, They are trying to break me. I will tell I'm not going to break. Whatever they do with me, I'm standing firm on my stance, and this is the message I was supposed to give outside, that no matter what they do, he's going to resist. His stance is the same, and he told me that they are trying to break me. I know why they are doing it.
Alima,
Mario, if I step into this, you see, the thing is,
the
a
microphone,
lot of
Alima.
times people have a lot of times people have come up to us regularly and said, I wish you'd find a middle ground. And I've asked a lot of people this, because they says, we just want Imran Khan out. Can you not find a middle ground with Asim Munir? So I said, listen, my brother has repeatedly, since the time we've gone in, if you look at all his tweets, he talks of three things: rule of law, democracy, human rights. He's a constitution. That's all he talks about. So I said, which one of these do the people of Pakistan want to give up? Do you want to give up any of these, your rights? He's standing up for the rights of the people. So whichever one you want to give up, because he's never asked for himself. So the thing is, what the establishment would like to offer him is personal relief. They're telling him that we will give you a break. You come out on our terms for yourself. He's saying, I will not come out for myself. I'm here. You have to agree to fair and free elections. You have to agree to rule of law. And he's repeatedly said people should stand up against the 26th Amendment they brought to the Constitution, then the 27th Amendment. Now they're going to bring the 28th Amendment. And they're all person specific. These amendments are person specific. He's also said repeatedly, told us in jail as well, that this is not a sustainable model. They have to understand you cannot, tyranny is not a sustainable model. Eventually, people rise up against tyranny. And this, I mean, I haven't had a full brief, but we know that the representative of the military has given a press conference today. And he has declared that nobody can see Imran Khan because Imran Khan is anti-state. So I'm wondering, is this an open declaration of martial law, where a military government employee comes and sits there and says the person who's representing 90% of Pakistan and its politics is being declared anti-state? You'd assume that anywhere in the world, people are the ones. You do not call a representative of people anti-state. And the state, the only person, and they said he's anti-military. My brother has never said anything about the military. Both Uzma's husband and my husband were in the Air Force. My husband has got an award for, he's been awarded for his services to the Air Force. So when you say like he's against the army, the only person that my brother has named is Asim Munir, and that is not sum total of our military. Our military is an excellent force, but when you have somebody declare himself state, the complete army, and anybody who speaks against him, there are two names you can't take on our television, like two names that are forbidden. You can't speak against Asim Munir, and you can't speak for Imran Khan. That's the sum total of what the situation in Pakistan is right now. And another thing that they did, and they've exposed themselves by doing it, and it's quite ridiculous in this day and age. Superb IA generated deep fake. They did it to my sister. Then I did an interview with Sky TV with Jaldi Hakim. They did it to her interview also, and she's spoken up on Sky TV about it. And like, what are we discussing? Oh, Imran is with Modi. Like, it's like to show that Imran Khan and the script first prepared on our interviews, international interviews, because we don't speak to our national TV, and the national TV can't even show our interviews. So first they script that, the fake interviews, like the fake, deep fake for my sister and myself. Then my sister's name is quoted in his press conference to prove. So now this was part of the script. So they are saying there's a nexus of Afghanistan, PTI, and India. I mean, this is what they have sort of scripted out there. Now, it can't get more ridiculous than this. And the sad part is that we, Pakistan being a member of Commonwealth, and you're from Australia, and Australia is a member of Commonwealth, and I have raised it a few times. How can such tyranny against the people of Pakistan and being a member of Commonwealth? What's the point of being part of an organization like Commonwealth? What's the purpose? UK heads the Commonwealth. There are, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 countries in this. Not a single country speaks up for each other, because the main points of the Charter of Commonwealth are rule of law, democracy, human rights. These are the main principles of the Charter. So we are sitting in a situation where most probably I'm going to go under trial and be sent to jail. But my sisters are here. They might be the next ones going to jail. We are all willing to do this for our country. But should countries overseas, no, we are not asking for help. No, never has my brother asked for help for any. We are not appealing for support. And what can we appeal for? But we are saying that should they be supporting dictatorships? Should they be supporting situation environment as it is in Pakistan, and supporting it fully? A lot of countries which could claim to uphold values of democracy, and you're sitting in, like, if you just listen to the way he threatened Imran Khan, and who's declared that we can't see our brother, is the spokesperson for the military. So it has to be, it's not the government spokesperson. Yes, the government spokesperson also came on yesterday and said that we are going to ban, and they threatened, if you come outside the Diyala and see, we'll rip your tongues apart and we'll make shoes out of your tongues.
Souls.
I think soles of your shoes out of your tongues. I mean, the language they've used. But we've gone past the stage of being fearful of them. We are not fearful of them. They're scaring us. They're just three sisters. That's where else? I mean, you've already got one nephew in jail. My sons have been to jail. It's my turn now. They're attacking my sister through artificial intelligence and talking about her on TV. Is that who you're combating? Women now?
I want to go back to the statements that the Prime Minister has made, because there's a few things you've talked about, Alima. You've talked about the statements by Imran Khan, the statement by the military spokesperson today, and I'm going to read out what they've said. That was a bit of a shock to me. I think they've never come out that aggressive against Imran Khan. And also, I've watched those deep fake videos, the one from yesterday. Very low quality AI videos, very, very low quality. They seemed obviously fake. But it also just seems whoever did them just seems very desperate as well. But let me go back to the statements by Imran Khan. Doctor, when he spoke to you, he talked about the psychological torture he's going through. He talked about the solitary confinement that he's experiencing at the small cell, no human contact. It's been weeks, no electricity, limited outdoor time. And he doesn't have basic jail entitlements. Is he still getting his books to read?
No books to read, because we haven't met him for 4 weeks. So there's 7 weeks. In fact, he asked for the books. I said we didn't know. We didn't know we were coming in. The car was standing 2 kilometers away. I had to walk. I walked about half a kilometer right into the jail. They wouldn't let the car in.
Wow.
So
that's where the books were. Yeah.
Wow.
We carry his books. We've got a whole bunch of books that are in our vehicle all the time, in case we are given permission to go in. But day before yesterday, my sister doesn't know that. Not day before. Yeah, day before. I was in court in Pindi
Yesterday.
yesterday, and we handed over about 11 books to the judge over there and requested him to have them sent to jail. So there's a probability that he might get it, or if the judge is able to manage to have them delivered. So the only thing that Imran Khan ever asked for is either, as we've always said, is either to speak to my children, he wants to speak to his sons, or he asks for his books. So these are the only two things they ask for, and they ensure that they don't allow him to speak to his sons, or they don't allow his books in. That's part of their torture, whatever regime.
There's two statements that he's made that I want to focus on. One, he said pretty explicitly, if something happens to me, it's the head of the military that is behind it. Army Chief Asim Munir. That's the first time he makes this statement. Is he starting to worry for his life? Because Alima, I think it was you that said it as well, that what we're seeing right now, the fact that they've kind of kept him isolated for so long, all these rumors were swirling around. You made it, I think it was you, Alima, that said that this is not an accident. This is more like a test run if they decide to do something to him. Can you elaborate on this? Because it seems now your concerns, and again, sorry, I don't want to seem insensitive, but your concerns that this is something more sinister being planned are starting to become more apparent.
You see, the thing is, several people spoke to us about it. People,
The
everybody,
microphone, the
there's an
microphone.
analysis, they people analyze. There's always, I mean, all discussions are always around Imran Khan, and a few people did speak to us and said that if it's sort of a method to this situation, that maybe they want to test the waters. They feel that they don't know how to go about it, but they need to test what if they isolated him. Where did this rumor come from that he's not alive? Like, where did it come from? They claim it came from Afghanistan. I don't know why it would come from Afghanistan. But the fact is, they want to say that it started from there or they started from India. But the thing is, they're also claiming that the fake video also came from India. But the only person talking about the fake video was our ISPR spokesperson. So, yes, we are concerned that that's why we go outside that jail, that we will not allow. How can we allow it? How can we not stand up for him? And basically, people are not just worried, they're getting angry. And a lot of people call us up and say, enough is enough, you've got to do more than that. And frankly, whatever we as sisters could have done, we have. My sister, our other sister, Noreen Niazi, if you have no idea how brutally she was attacked, she's 71. The policewoman dragged her from her arms and her hair. And we, in the dark, actually for a few minutes missed out. We didn't even know this was happening. And when we reached her and we were trying to get up, she had not passed out, but she was in a state of shock. She doesn't recollect some of that, what was happening to her. We told her what happened, but she was, she had swollen arms, she had bruised back. And she says, all I remember is that they were dragging me by my hair. So this brutality, obviously, it created more anger, and a lot more people are standing outside Adiala jail. And they brought in they were saying that about 600 or what police all over the place. You don't even see the will amongst the policemen to do anything. Even the police tell us we have no intentions, we follow Imran Khan. I think the way they are reacting, the way this reaction when you're attacking women, this is not an acceptable format anywhere in the world, especially in Pakistan. When you start abusing women, it's not sitting very well with the people of Pakistan, that's for sure. It's not acceptable anywhere, but in Pakistan, there's a decorum for women, and you just don't do that. So there is, I don't know how they see the future playing out, but it's not looking good to us over here, because when they are reacting in fear, because my brother says they say it's anti-military, the only name he's named is, when my sister came out in the past 3 visits, was Asim Munir. So the reaction that you get in return when you're naming a government officer is so big. Like, it's like if you watch that, I only saw it. I haven't really gone through the ISPR statement, but I saw my sister's pictures on his presentation. My sister, like, why would she be telling? Like, he's saying that my sister gave an interview to Indian television. Basically, she's saying that she's asking Modi to attack Pakistan. My sister. So they've got an AI generated, they first make. So why would, so they are putting that on my sister
So hold on.
through AI
Are you
generated.
talking? I know there were AI generated videos just circulating online, and it's, one would speculate they're coming from the government or people associated with the government or the military leadership. But what you're saying is that the military spokesperson played an AI generated video in the conference.
Yeah. No, he said they showed, well, I don't know if they played it because I didn't see the content, but I've seen somebody sent me that they're talking about my sister saying that to prove how anti state all of us are, we are
Wow.
anti Pakistan, anti whatever, because we are in with Modi. And my sister saying that Modi should attack Pakistan.
That is crazy.
That's one of the AI generated videos. And that's my sister who was the one who was dragged. So what I'm saying is the level of desperation is they've turned it on us sisters and generating these deep fake videos.
Why Dr. Alima mentioned how Imran Khan mentioned in the last few statements, he talked about Asim Munir and how he's responsible for this, and he's really upset at Asim Munir. Now, the Asim Munir's leadership is painting it as if Imran Khan is talking about the military. Now, as you said, the military is 600 and something thousand personnel. Asim Munir is one person, and Imran Khan has an issue with Asim Munir, not the military as a whole. But why is he talking so openly now about Asim Munir? Why? And because this is likely why the press conference came out, because Imran Khan is a lot more vocal against Asim Munir. And that's, I'm assuming that's concerning Asim Munir as well.
The, the whole press conference reflected desperation, and they were just trying to deflect it on the state. They were not saying it's Asim Munir. They were mainly saying it was he is anti the
Military.
whole anti-state, anti-military, and
Anti-Pakistan.
anti-Pakistan. And and everybody knows, not only them, everybody knows that he always mentions this one person because it's a fact. The reason is everybody in Pakistan knows all these politicians, the way they are totally controlled, suppressed by him.
Yeah.
The fear is there. They can't make their own decisions. The prime minister even has to ask his superiors before he answers for anything.
So we're a situation now where Imran.
Pakistan, sorry, everybody in Pakistan is very well aware that the fear is coming from. You see, everybody in Pakistan is very well aware. You can ask anybody that it is a dictatorship because everybody is fearful of one man. That's a dictatorship. It's not a system. Nobody's fearful of the prime minister right now. Although they all piggyback riding on it and needing to blame even if they do something, they say, it's not in our hands. We've got orders from the top. So what is above the supposedly elected government? So they have to pass. The fact is, he's got 5-year extension for what? 5-year extension, and I think plus. So it's a military. Why your extension? Now he's in control of the whole military. The judiciary is already subjugated through these amendments. So it is a dictatorship. And so one man is always responsible for a dictatorship. So it's not a whole system.
True. Now, what I'm worried about, and Alima, in our previous discussions, I've kind of hinted at that concern, is that it keeps escalating and boiling over to So to what? What's next? Because right now we've got Imran Khan a lot more vocal about Asim Munir, and the military a lot more vocal against Imran Khan and making threats and blocking you from seeing him. And some people are talking about what we just saw now as a test run. And obviously, if they do something to Imran Khan, you said to me, Alima, that they will not touch him because everyone will be very upset and the people will probably be on the streets. I can't remember if you said that, but I would say that most likely people would protest, would be on the streets if we find out something happened to Imran Khan. So then what next? What do you expect them to do next? And what can Imran do if he's not able to see any of his sisters, anyone else?
I think this press conference today, from what I'm gathering, it's like they're setting a stage to prove him to be anti-state, anti-Pakistan, and more like a traitor, to portray him like a traitor. So what, like, we haven't done an analysis. Most probably the whole social media will be gathering the analysis and trying to understand the objective of today's press conference. Is like as if they need to, uh, it's a very outdated, we've discussed this before. This is a very outdated script. This is something that happened in the 70s and maybe early 80s, where you treason, you use the word treason, that they don't know how to apply that to Imran Khan, where everybody knows. I mean, 90, he literally there's a 90% following. It's very different if you even said 40-50 or maybe 50-50. Maybe there are people who are double minded. But at the moment, there's an absolute situation in Pakistan where people are very angry with, you see, the economic situation is deteriorating. There is no investment coming. And when your courts stop working, when the rule of law is, uh, there is no rule of law. So the first thing to exit, or the first thing that is going to block itself, is going to be investment. So the economic situation is deteriorating. IMF has already, in its report, said that Pakistan has got corruption that they have to explain, of government has to explain, up to the amount of 5,300 billion rupees. 5,300 billion rupees. This is an IMF report. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So the fact that corruption is at full scale, and Imran Khan, last time when he sent his message, he said, how long are you going to be subjugated by mafias, land mafia, sugar mafia, wheat mafia? So this is a small group of mafia. Not only are you going to be their slaves, but your next generations are also going to be their slaves if you don't stand up and fight for your own rights. That was Imran Khan's last message.
Doctor, my other question to you is going back to that statement by the military. I was going through it before this interview, and I was pretty surprised by how blatant they were. And usually they don't mention Imran Khan's name in the statements, which is, I've covered a lot of things around the world, a lot of democracies around the world. This is the first time I see democracy banning the name of someone, as they have in Pakistan. They did it during the elections as well, before the elections. And now the military, which the military is not really supposed to be talking about politicians. The military is there to serve. Someone sent me a chart. I'm going to actually open it here. But if you go through it, people are at the top of that chart. They're the ones that determine who the political leaders are. And the military is low down in that hierarchical chart, in which they serve the people below the political establishment. But what we're seeing here is that the military representative talking about a political leader. And you said they used fake AI videos. And they started saying the following. They said the threat, they talked to him about him as a national security threat. They called him delusional. They called him a delusional person, for former Prime Minister Imran Khan. They said he's a captive of his own ego. They say he's thinking that his wishes are bigger than those of the state of Pakistan. And then they say the following. That's what really shocked me for the military to say. I'm going to read out the exact quote. Who are you? What message do you want to give? Who do you think you are? And later they say, then we will also come and fight bare knuckled. There should be no doubt about that. What do you make of these statements?
What I said there. The message Imran Khan sent out was that they are mentally unstable. So
He is.
Asim Munir.
Asim Munir,
And
yes.
this, everything seems that he is directly supervising this press conference.
The reaction is basically by him directly, right?
And is using the institution to defend himself.
How far do you think he will go?
Personally, I think he's so desperate he'll go to the extreme.
What is
And
the
this time, Imran Khan also said this time, he said, this is why he said that the way things are going, he said, if they do something to me, he's the one responsible. So I said, no, they will not. Don't even talk about that. He said, no, but listen, when he says that, when he starts saying like this, like if they do something to me, I said, they won't. They won't dare do anything to you.
Do you think they may?
But this is.
I don't know about them, but him.
Do you think Asim Munir will?
Him.
Sorry. When I say them, I mean
Yes,
Asim Munir. When I say them, so I apologize. I mean Asim Munir and anyone executing his orders. But I'll be more clear. Do you think he may do that? Do you think the likelihood has increased in the last few days, considering how, as you said, how desperate he's become?
I think this is his wish. He wants to do that. And we are worried. And this is why we said, let there be no mistake. We will go to all extremes also. I mean, they should not even dare think about it. They were testing the last 4 weeks were basic. They're testing the waters, how the reaction will be. But inshallah, they won't be able to do it.
They wouldn't dare.
We won't let it come to that stage. We won't be sitting watching. You think that these government personnel, like this unelected representatives, like the government representatives who had won this election on Form 47, they are going to tell us there's rigged elections. They are going to tell us that we cannot meet, and they are telling us that we'll deal with you with iron fist. They're telling us, these 3 old women, that we are going to treat you with iron fist. Okay? I mean, you think we are going to be scared? The people who can't even go in, the person who was saying this, if he goes alone outside on the road, people are going to, I don't know what going to do. I don't know, he's going to be not safe by himself. And he's telling us, giving threats to us. So whatever they're saying in these 2 press conferences, they're trying to scare. Basically, what I feel is a message directly to our sisters, basically. This is what the press conferences were basically addressed to us, to back off.
Back off and not take Asim Munir's name.
And don't come to Tuesday. Don't take his name.
Basically, the whole issue is, in this whole script, or whatever Imran Khan's message is, just the one name that you can't take. They don't take Imran Khan's name, and they are telling us don't take Asim Munir's name. We are not the ones taking it. Imran Khan's message is our responsibility, and it is our responsibility to communicate it as he wishes. That's all we are doing.
It's our responsibility.
Communicating, it's a big responsibility, and we have to communicate it as he's asked us to do.
Are you worried about you and your family being targeted further? So, Alima, you've had your 2 sons go to jail for a period of time. They were essentially kidnapped in the middle of the night. Me and you spoke, I think, a day or 2 after that happened. You've also got, Uzma, doctor, is it your son or your sister's son that's currently in jail? Is it your son?
My sister's son.
Your sister's son.
Our sister's son.
So you've got your sister's son who's currently in jail for, I think it's a very long sentence. He's not being treated well in jail. Your sister was physically assaulted. Alima, you're being threatened. You were in court again recently. You're being threatened. I can't remember what the charges were. Some stupid charges because you're taking Imran Khan's message to the world. And doctor, as Alima said, you could be next. Do you worry they could escalate the pressure they're putting on you as a family? Because my question would be, is that if Imran Khan is now isolated, if they continue jailing the family or silencing the family one after the other over the next 6 to 12 months, which I hope does not happen, um, I worry. My question would be like, what could you do if they continue silencing you? Already, the media is too scared to talk about this. I don't think they're allowed to run any of your interviews. Most people I speak to that are Pakistani, especially ones that live in Pakistan, are worried to say anything negative about Asim Munir. But secretly, everyone's like, happy about me talking about Imran Khan, but more importantly, they talk positively about Imran Khan, but that's privately, not publicly. If they continue this process, especially silencing you as a family, what would be your next step?
Uh, Mario, when you were mentioning all that is happening in Pakistan, what's happening, what really makes me very sad is the global reaction to it. When things like this happen in a country like Pakistan, and when President Trump turns around and says, like, this is my friend, how do democracies justify their own stance when they do it selectively? So, in this global age, things, as I said, I don't know how it's going to be going down the road for other generations and younger generations. I think it's going to be a completely different world. Our world, I think we are too old. Maybe our generation or people older than us, even, they should realize that it's a changing world. You can't go around with different sets of standards for different countries. Either, shouldn't it be, it's much better to be very honest and say, listen, we want to have a transactional relationship with the country. That's fine. Like, we are going to do business with this country. That's fine. But don't say that we are also champions of human rights and we support democracies. And this is the time when countries like Pakistan, and there are other countries also, we are not the only one. It's 250 million people. I don't know. We are not in the same situation as Africa. We are in a much better situation. Our population, because we had a leader like Imran Khan, he's created a lot of awareness amongst people to stand up for their rights. So what they are fearing is not Imran Khan. What they are fearing is people asking for their rights. That's what that's why a small mafia fears. What if these people stand up and say, where's our share in this country? When 250 million people become aware they want to have a share and a right in Pakistan, that creates a lot of fear amongst a small mafia that's benefiting from Pakistan. So Imran Khan is the person who's leading the 250 million people and standing up against a very small, shrinking group, by the way. It's a shrinking group. It's not fashionable anymore to be part of a mafia. Police is not willing to be participant in this. Military personnel are not willing. I'm telling you, when the time comes for them to shoot their people, it's not going to happen. And that's why, inshallah, whatever comes forward, comes ahead of us, we always believe, we have a strong faith that if our time in this world is up, as Imran Khan says, and this is the belief that we all have, then it's over. But at least when we leave this world, we feel we participated in something bigger than ourselves. And we are following our brother in that. And we are very proud of him that he stood up for something on principle. He's awakened the whole nation, which is much bigger than having any government. He should be, but the fact that he's being tortured through solitary confinement is so wrong, and everybody should talk about it. It's internationally against all principles of human rights. It's nationally against our law, and now they've just decided. Military spokesperson has said the punishment for bringing out, like, to Imran Khan for him mentioning him, Asim Munir being responsible for anything happens to him, is that now all visits are going to be banned. They are being banned by the military spokesperson, if you have made note of that. He is going to ban and put Imran Khan in 100% solitary confinement. Dr. Uzma is not going to be allowed in because she also brought Imran Khan's message out.
So I wanna go through a statement that also the military spokesperson said, Alima. He said we need to understand how this narrative is working, and unfortunately, how it is working in deep collusion with external actors. You've also talked about how the AI videos trying to paint you, again, really badly made AI videos trying to paint you and your sister as colluding with the Indian government. I don't know if they did it with Afghanistan as well, saying things like we need to bring Asim Munir down, something along those lines. Can you tell me more what they mean by that statement in terms of referencing a deep collusion with external actors? What are they trying to do here?
This India,
Okay.
India. So, uh, uh, you have to keep in mind that Imran Khan, I said it to some of the journalists. I said, before you were all born, Imran Khan was a global figure. He's really loved in most of the cricket playing countries. The people know him
I knew him
in
as a,
all
I knew him
cricket playing
as
countries.
because in Australia cricket is popular. I knew Imran Khan as a kid before he got into politics. I knew him well.
Yes, yes. So same as the case in India, and uh, so some of the channels which were contacting us saying that people are so worried if something has happened to Imran Khan that they are demanding it of their, I suppose, their TV channels. I don't know which channels are which channels, but the fact is that there's a huge population which goes beyond borders with Imran Khan. So, and there are a lot of Pakistanis that go on air, who sort of go on air on Indian television. A lot of people in Pakistan will speak on Indian TV, but they took my sisters. Somebody had called her. She spoke about it. Imran Khan's condition, basically. They were asking if Imran Khan is okay. Is there any news on Imran Khan? They make a ridiculous video on my sister, and the speed with which that was spread everywhere. And then for ISPR, knowing that it's a now, if you are from a government organization, before you use it, shouldn't you be? It's already everybody's declared that this is, and it's a deep fake. My interview, because it was on Sky TV, because Yaldi Hakim Chi actually went on another program to talk about the fake, deep fake. Uh, and I'm saying the same things on Sky TV about Imran Khan and Asim Munir, to about India. Like I'm talking about India and how India,
In the fake
something about
video,
Indian.
in the fake video, or in the real one, you mean?
In the fake
In the
video,
fake
in the
video,
fake
exactly,
video,
exactly, yeah. Because in the real one, you didn't talk at all
in
about
the
India.
fake video, both the fake videos about India. So our collusion basically has to be established through these fake videos, that we are both colluding with India. And this is the external forces. I mean, it's a very bad script, to tell you
Yeah,
the truth.
yeah, I can see. The last,
And it's so irresponsible on the part of a representative of our military to sit on TV, on with all the media, and use that fake video.
yeah. The last thing that happened, it kind of a positive development, and that was a letter sent out to Marco Rubio, the U.S. Secretary of State. So that was sent by 40 U.S. lawmakers, and it says the following: They expressed concern of the transnational repression and worsening human rights crisis in Pakistan under the military-backed government of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif and Chief of Army Staff Asim Munir. That was 3 days ago. They voiced concerns over the quote threats, intimidation, and harassment of even U.S. citizens and their families in Pakistan who spoke against the regime. So the regime is now no longer targeting Pakistanis alone, but according to the letter, even U.S. citizens, which most countries would not dare touch, are apparently being threatened by the regime. I'll read out one more quote here. We write to express urgent concern for the escalating campaign of transnational repression and worsening human rights crisis in Pakistan under the military-backed government of Prime Minister Sharif and the Chief of Army Staff Asim Munir. In recent years, US citizens and residents who have spoken out against authoritarian abuse in Pakistan have faced threats, intimidation, and harassment, often extending to their families in Pakistan. These tactics include arbitrary detentions, coercion, and retaliatory violence, targeting diaspora individuals and their relatives. So, two things I want to ask you. First, your thoughts on that letter, because considering the geopolitical situation, Pakistan plays a very important strategic role in that rift we're seeing between India, the US, China, especially US and China, which is what I view as the US and other countries putting those geopolitical interests above their concerns for human rights and human rights abuses. But I want to get your thoughts on that letter and also the comments on the letter of how the government or the military establishment or the authoritarian government is targeting Pakistanis that are also dual citizens.
You're right, Mario. We are a victim of our geopolitical location. It's our geographical location. The Pakistani people are a victim of their location because it's other interests that say, okay, it doesn't matter. We need I don't know. We need muscle. We need to whatever situation they need to create. The people who are going to suffer is going to be the people of Pakistan. So as a people, we don't want to suffer anymore. During the 20 years when Afghanistan had problems, and Pakistan was obviously participating in that, we had about 80,000, 90,000 civilians killed in various terrorist attacks. So we as a people have suffered, and that 20 years economically damaged us. We suffered from stunted growth. Our economy didn't grow because how is anybody going to invest when there is unrest? And we directly didn't have any unrest, but we became a victim of problems in our neighborhood. So when Imran Khan keeps talking about peace, they intentionally turn around and say he's anti-West. No, he's only talking about his own home and his own people. And all he's asking for is that we have suffered economically for the past 40, 50 years. Pakistan was growing. If you look at Pakistan in the 50s, we were a new country. If you go back, Pakistan was a country which was giving scholarship to 20 countries, which included, helped set up South Korea's. But I was in South Korea, they said Pakistan helped set up the education system. Pakistan helped helped Singapore. Pakistan helped Emirate Airlines. It says EK. You know, the symbol is EK. It's Emirates Karachi. The first flight,
Oh, wow.
Pakistan trained them. Pakistan trained them. That's why every first plane that they have, the first plane lands in Karachi. Pakistan helped set up the airlines. Pakistan has helped. We were giving scholarships to most of the UAE. This was the growth rate in Pakistan. The level of education, the growth rate in Pakistan, we were giving scholarships to Singapore. Look at where we are right now because of the geopolitics of this region. So where we were growing at that rate, 30 million young people, educated people have left Pakistan, 3 million, sorry, have left in the past 3 years. So we are suffering from
a brain drain.
we are suffering. It's huge brain drain, huge brain drain. So the point is that our geographical location, we became a victim of our own and Imran Khan being in jail, maybe that's how they want to sell him overseas. You always will know that they will portray Imran Khan as anti-West. What is there anti-West about Imran Khan? Imran Khan, all he says is that, listen, I have to first look at the welfare of my people. So how can that be anti-West when you're looking after your own people? So yes, you're right about how the situation, but I think, as you said, in this day and age of social media, maybe the young people are not interested in a geographical location. They want to have a better future for themselves. So it depends on how they will react to how things evolve in Pakistan in the next few weeks, months.
My last question, and Doctor, I'm going to ask you that question first. I've already asked that question to Alima, and I'll ask her again, see if her answer is different today. Again, I'm not involved in that fight. I have no horse in the race. I'm not going through the struggles that you're going through, and I don't share the same interest in supporting Pakistan as you do, and of course, as the former prime minister does. I'm not a Pakistani citizen. So for me, I'll ask this question as an outsider and without having the same connection to the people as you do. I look at this and say, I'm a believer in democracy. I come from a democracy. But I also don't want anything to happen to Prime Minister Imran Khan and to you either. And I want Pakistan to do well. Do you think there's a possibility, and Alima, you know what question I'm going to ask. Do you think there is a possibility that Asim Munir and Imran Khan do reach some sort of settlement where we don't see a democracy in Pakistan as much as we all would want to see it? We don't see the same democracy we see in Australia, in Europe, in the US. But we also don't see the same autocracy we see in North Korea, for example, some African countries, etc. Do you think there's some sort of middle ground where both sides are not completely happy? Asim Munir would like total control, Imran Khan would like a full democracy, but somewhere in the middle where both sides are partially happy. Is that a possibility? Is that something that you'd be open to discussing? I know you're not in the position to discuss this, but do you think the Prime Minister will be in a position to discuss with Asim Munir?
Personally, honestly, I think the way things are going at the moment, that doesn't seem a possibility. The way things are going presently.
Why?
Because the last time the message he sent was, he said whenever we have spoken to they were having, I mean, from the jail, they were having, I think people were going in to speak to him also from the establishment some months ago.
Like people, when they came to him or brought messages to him, was from these, when they brought messages or whatever, or his own people, if they brought messages to him, that sort of message.
To who? To brought it from Asim to Imran Khan or vice versa?
Not Asim, but generally they would, you see the way it works is
Middle
somebody,
ground.
say everybody comes
Middleman.
and says, like, whoever sort of, they mention it casually, but you know that they are trying to say, if Imran Khan could back off, or they would say that if he kept quiet or accept the way things are going, that sort of thing.
Okay.
They have said it in the past.
And is it Imran Khan that will not accept it? Is that what you're saying, Doctor? Or Alima?
What he
No, he used to accept it. There was some talks going on, but whenever, and this is what he complained. He said whenever they come and start some middle ground conversation with him, but on the other hand, the aggression against his party increases. They are arresting his party people. In the jails, they are being more aggressive with them. They are torturing them, and whatever promises they made with them, that, like one of the once they said, if you agree with us, you cancel your date of that one gathering, the jalsa he was having. He said, if you shift change the date, we will facilitate it, and we will let your people come peacefully, and we won't stop it.
Last August, what she's talking about is last August. Last August, I think they were planning a rally, like a big gathering, on the 22nd of August.
I remember, yes.
So they came running to him this is in 2024, and people came to him and said, last date, please cancel this. We promise that we'll facilitate you if you shift the date to September, but please cancel this. So Imran Khan is in jail. They sent somebody at 7 o'clock in the morning, one of his party people, to say this to him. So you wake him up and say, okay, please do this, otherwise there'll be bloodshed. I don't know, whatever they said to a man who's there's going to be security issues. So he agreed to it. What is he supposed to do in jail with no information? And then when the next rally was held on the 8th of September, which was an agreed to date by them, that they promised that we'll facilitate it. They blocked all the roads. They've got cases on everybody who attended it. So he said they are not reliable. Like, if sometimes I have given in ground, they turn around and they lie, and they have no shame in sort of breaking their word.
So
So
hard to reach
there's
sort
no
of middle
point
ground
in.
when there's no trust that the other party would deliver on whatever promise that is reached. So that makes it very difficult to reach some sort of agreement in the middle. That's a shame. That's a real
They
shame.
yeah.
Um,
At
final,
the moment, our only concern is that today they have used my sister's message, Dr. Osma's message, which came out on Tuesday, that he's being tortured through isolation. And he told my sister that isolation is
mental torture,
isolation is worse mental torture is worse than
physical
physical
torture.
torture. He said it's worse, and he was very upset at being isolated. It's inhuman, and it's considered one of the worst tortures internationally. So what they've done is they've used my sister uh, saying that it's Asim Munir's fault, using that because she took Asim Munir's name my, through Imran Khan's message. They have had a press conference yesterday that if you come out, the government ministers were threatening us. They've threatened us and abused us. And now today, the military spokesperson has come and been abusive and threatening as well. But on Tuesday, we will go to Adiala. Whatever inshallah, the consequences are, we'll face it, but it's our right to see him. How can a military representative cancel our meeting? So we will go there,
I'm going to add one more question.
inshallah.
I'm going to, if you don't mind, one more question. If the chief of the military, the army chief Asim Munir, sits down with you right now and says, Alima Uzma, I would like some sort of settlement where your brother could get out of jail, but I continue ruling the country and my immunity in the constitution will remain there. Is that something that you would be open to discussing and would you accept? And obviously, you're not in a position to accept it. And the same question for your brother, Doctor. You were the last person to speak to him. If he's sitting with Imran Khan right now, do you think this is a discussion that you would have with Asim Munir, and do you think this is a discussion that Imran Khan would have with Asim Munir? Hypothetically speaking, because I know it's a very tricky question.
Well, actually, Imran Khan is in jail. If Imran Khan is in jail, if Asim Munir has to say anything to him, he can just go to the jail and he's his prisoner. If he has anything to say, he could have gone to jail and spoken to him. But we seriously don't understand what the issue is. Is Asim Munir doing this for Pakistan? We'd like to understand, why would you declare Imran Khan a traitor, a security risk? How is Imran Khan a security risk? So, what are these
It is,
terminologies that you're using
but Ali,
against Imran Khan?
it is. We know, and as an observant, it's a bit obvious that it's about a power grab, and Imran Khan is a threat to Asim Munir's hold on power. That's how I see it, and I think most people on the outside would see it, and I think people on the inside, I assume, would see it. So we know this is the issue. This is why some sort of settlement, if there is one, and I'm not brokering one, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to understand where you're at. If there is some sort of settlement, I think it has to include Asim Munir maintaining at least a big portion of the power he currently maintains. And I'm not sure if this is something that's even acceptable for Imran Khan and for you as a family.
No, I think if there's a conversation that he needs to have, he can always have it with Imran Khan. No, definitely not with us. We are only the messengers who bring out his message, and we highlight his plight or his situation. That's what our role is to bring out his message. It's the authenticity. We have a big responsibility to make sure that everything that he said, when one of us comes out or when we are collectively there, we come out, we go through the message and we correct each other if we have missed out on anything, and then we formulate the message, ensuring, because we don't have a pen or a paper over there, So we all collectively try to remember it, and then we collectively put it together. So we are only the messengers. If he has to say something, Asim Munir can say it to my brother in jail. He can visit him in jail. But this is not about power. It's about Pakistan. Imran Khan is standing for Pakistan. He doesn't need the power. He's willing to give up his life for Pakistan. People don't give up their life. We don't want him to give up his life. But he has said it repeatedly that, and you have to believe Imran Khan when he says it. And if you see his face, you'll see it. He says, I will never bow to tyranny. I will rather die in jail than to bow to tyranny. I only bow in front of Allah. These are my brother's words repeatedly. So there is nothing you, I, or anybody can do. They can blame anybody. Oh, the sisters are responsible for what he's going through. Doesn't matter. We are only here to support our brother. We'll continue to support our brother. We'll stand by him. And if it means that our lives get affected, they might be on hold. My passport is blocked, my ID card is blocked, my properties are seized. My properties have been seized by the government or the court. It doesn't matter. The cause is much bigger than all of us, and that's the people of Pakistan, and we are happy. We are not in politics. I'm not giving a political statement. My brother's not talking about politics. He's talking about Pakistan. It's a love of his people that he's talking about. We keep mixing up. We miss out on power versus people. My brother's not about power. My brother's about people. And we adore him for that. We are proud of him because of that. And the people of Pakistan love him for that. That's how simple it is.
Alima, final question to you is, what will be your message to Army Chief Asim Munir as well?
You know,
sorry,
these
Alima,
positions
Alima
don't
and Dr.
matter.
Uzma. Alima and Dr. Uzma, both of you, as a final message to Asim Munir. Sorry.
You see, I would say time goes by. When you're positions like this, one should worry about what legacy you leave behind for your children. That's very important. And this time will also pass. What do you want to do with the power? No amount of money. Power eventually basically translates for a lot of people into money. It's not just a high, it's not going to help. You have to read history to see what happens or how they are remembered in history. Why would you want to do that to yourself? It's not about the present, it's about the future. In these positions are where you leave behind a legacy. So first note down what you want to leave behind as a legacy, because that will matter. Because right now past dictators are being remembered and not in good words. So how will your children or your grandchildren or whatever, you don't want to be an embarrassment for them down the road, because that's important. So he should reflect on it. That's all I can say.
Dr. Uzma, as a final message as well to the Army Chief.
I feel that Imran Khan kept on saying that before all these amendments and before he became whatever position he has now, he used to call it Asim law. Well, everything was going the way, everything was under Asim law. It was not martial law, it was Asim law, specific to one person. So now, even now that he's attained whatever position, to get to this position, he's destroyed the judiciary, he's destroyed the constitution, the amount of torture. My nephew, who was in the military jail and now he's in the civilian jail, he says the military, there was so much physical and mental torture in the military jail, and this was all under this Asim law. So I think he should now reflect that now he's got to where he wanted by destroying everything in Pakistan. When there's no justice system, when there's no constitution, now even you talk to institutions are destroyed, and lawyers you were talking, everybody's lost. They don't know where to go. So what has he achieved? He's got where he wanted to get by all the cruelty and all the oppression that he has carried out in Pakistan. It's unbelievable. I mean, we have seen it. We hear stories. They're unbelievable. So I wonder, is he at peace now? Is he happy now? He's got what he wanted after all. I mean, and the press conference today reflected desperation. I wonder why he's got what is good. So I hope he realizes that no matter what he does, there's a supreme power. You know what he's immunity. Nobody can be immune. The prophets were not immune from anything. So what he's trying to get, he will not get, not in this world and not in the hereafter. I hope he realizes now, because
Immunity.
he
Nobody
will
in
have
the world
to
has immunity.
he will have to pay for it, what he has done. You can't imagine what he has done under his orders. You can imagine how scared people are of taking his name also. But I hope he realizes and he
Changes course, hopefully.
changes course.
Hopefully. Alima, I never thought your sister would be even just as courageous as you, to say the least. Yeah, I've met your brother, Imran Khan. I've spoken to his sons, and I've spoken to both of you now. You are a very, very courageous family. It's an absolute pleasure to speak to you again. And I hope your brother comes out of jail okay, nothing more happens to you or your nephews, your sons, and things improve for Pakistan. But because every time we speak, it's just getting worse and worse. And it's just sad to see that from the outside. So fingers crossed for your family, for Imran Khan, and for the rest of Pakistan. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Mario.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.